Hey everyone, welcome back to Iraqi Dinar News, where we break down the biggest global financial shifts in simple, real language. Today's story might be one of the most important updates we've ever covered. The world's markets are literally on edge, and every major investor, analyst, and banking insider is keeping their eyes on one man, Donald Trump. Yes, the same Trump who once shook global politics is now sending tremors through the world's financial system. His latest currency move has caught the attention of economists, banks, and investors everywhere. The question everyone's asking right now is simple but powerful. Could this finally be the moment when the long-awaited Iraqi dinar revaluation becomes real? Stick around because we're breaking it all down. What's happening, why it matters, and how it could reshape the global economy in 2025 and beyond. Now, before you scroll away thinking this is just another rumor, it's not. Something big is shifting behind the scenes, and even major international banks are making quiet but significant changes. The Trump name is once again dominating conversations, but not about elections or politics. This time it's about currency alignment, monetary reform, and the beginning of what some experts call a new era of fair value economics. And right in the middle of this transformation, Iraq, a country that's been rebuilding, reforming, and preparing for this kind of financial reset for years. Here's what we know so far. According to several respected global analysts, Trump's economic team has been advocating for what they're calling a global fair value currency framework. In plain English, this means currencies would be tied more directly to their country's real economic assets, like oil, gold, minerals, and trade balance, instead of being manipulated through debt and inflation. For Iraq, that's massive. With its vast oil reserves, growing gold supply, and expanding natural gas exports, this could completely transform how the Iraqi dinar is valued internationally. The reaction inside global banking circles has been swift and intense. Reports suggest that major U.S. and European financial institutions, including some of the biggest names in foreign currency trading, have quietly upgraded their internal systems. These updates include new exchange rate trackers, revised compliance settings for Middle Eastern currencies, and upgraded foreign exchange monitoring tools. While nothing official has been confirmed publicly, this type of synchronized movement doesn't happen by chance. Insiders are calling it a global readiness phase, and Iraq's dinar appears to be part of the focus. So how exactly does Trump fit into all this? Well, according to ongoing discussions in elite finance networks, Trump's team is pushing for a massive currency realignment where value is based on real production and resources rather than government debt. His philosophy has always been about fair trade and strong currencies, and this latest move seems like a continuation of that same approach, but on a global scale. In this vision, countries with tangible assets, like Iraq, would have a major advantage over nations running purely on credit. Over the past few years, Iraq has made serious progress in cleaning up its financial image. The Central Bank of Iraq has partnered with major global organizations to modernize its systems, expand digital infrastructure, and strengthen anti-corruption measures. Their digital dinar pilot program is nearly complete, and their foreign reserves are now at record highs. With oil exports steady and trade routes expanding into Asia and Europe, Iraq's economy is becoming more integrated with the world, and that's exactly the kind of readiness a fair value system would reward. Now here's where things get even more interesting. Sources suggest that private banking meetings have taken place recently, focusing on liquidity adjustments, specifically Tier 1 and Tier 2 readiness. If you're not familiar with those terms, they basically refer to how banks prepare for currency revaluations or new exchange entries. It doesn't mean public exchanges have started, but it does mean internal testing is underway. Banks don't prepare for nothing, they prepare for what's coming. Timing-wise, it all lines up. Iraq's financial roadmap for 2025 and 2026 includes several international integration milestones. Combine that with Trump's re-emergence on the global stage and rising activity within major banks, and you've got a financial picture that's coming together fast. Many experts believe we're moving toward the final quarter of 2025 as a critical window, a period when global trade systems, Digital currencies and fair value adjustments could begin rolling out simultaneously. If this happens, the effects could be enormous. For holders of the Iraqi Dinar, or even the Vietnamese Dong, this could mean a major shift in valuation. For countries with economies grounded in real resources, this system could finally unlock their true currency value. For Iraq, that could mean an upward correction unlike anything seen in recent history. But as always, it'll reward those who are informed, patient, and prepared, not those chasing every rumor that hits social media. Behind the scenes, banks are clearly getting ready. Quietly but noticeably, major institutions like Chase, Wells Fargo, and Deutsche Bank have added capacity to manage new foreign exchange rates, including previously restricted currencies like the dinar. Some have built entirely new internal platforms for testing. Now, none of this confirms a revaluation, but it certainly shows that they're expecting volatility and change in the near future. Trump's involvement adds fuel to the fire. His push for trade fairness and value-based economies has reignited hope across oil-rich nations. Analysts are calling it a resource-first strategy, where real commodities form the backbone of financial systems again. For Iraq, that's a huge advantage. If this plan moves forward, it could finally push the country's currency to reflect the true wealth beneath its soil. Oil-backed nations across the Middle East are watching this move closely. Many have already started modernizing their systems, reducing dependence on foreign currencies, and exploring blockchain-based trade verification. Trump's proposed currency model fits right into that trend, rewarding countries that can prove tangible value in trade and production. Iraq could easily become a central figure, a bridge between Eastern and Western economies in this new fair value global system. Of course, none of this will happen overnight. Global realignments are complex and require coordination between central banks, governments, and major trade institutions. But when you see system updates across multiple continents happening quietly, you can bet it's not coincidence. According to insider reports, Iraq's digital integration and forex readiness cycle align perfectly with the 2025-2026 timeframe. By late next year, we might start seeing the first visible signs of change in the dinar's global activity. If you're holding Iraqi dinar or other regional currencies, this is the time to prepare smartly. Make sure your currency is verified, keep your documentation ready, and ensure your bank accounts are set up for foreign exchange access. Don't jump at fake rate posts or viral hype. Instead, track official updates from the Central Bank of Iraq and international financial institutions. The people who stay patient and prepared are the ones who will be ready when the real moment arrives. Zooming out, this isn't just about Iraq. It's about a potential global financial reset, one that shifts power back toward resource-backed economies. If this system gains traction, it could bring transparency back to global finance and reduce dependence on artificial debt systems. And for Iraq, it could finally mean recognition of its real economic power. A comeback story decades in the making. To put it in perspective, the last time the world went through a major currency realignment was after World War II. Back then, it was all about rebuilding trade and restoring balance. This new movement could be a modern version of that, powered by digital technology, blockchain tracking, and a renewed focus on real-world assets. Iraq is already positioning itself ahead of the curve, aligning with the very standards that could define the next era of currency systems. When you look at the big picture, all signs point in one direction: coordination. We're seeing political influence from Trump's team, readiness from international banks, and reform momentum from Iraq itself. It's like a puzzle that's finally coming together. The pieces are aligning and the picture is becoming clear. If momentum continues building through 2025, we could be witnessing one of the most significant economic transformations of the 21st century. So what can you do right now? Stay calm, stay informed, and stay patient. Keep an eye on official channels, not rumor sites. Watch for changes in foreign exchange listings, banking system updates, and policy announcements from Iraq's central authorities. Because when this switch flips, it won't be announced loudly. It'll happen quietly, and then all at once. Remember, Iraq's journey to this point hasn't been easy. From years of conflict to rebuilding its infrastructure and financial credibility, the nation has fought hard to get here. A dinar comeback wouldn't just represent financial growth. It would stand as a symbol of national renewal and global recognition. Trump's currency initiative might just be the spark that ignites that moment. Whether it happens in months or within the next year, one thing's certain: the global financial system is evolving fast. The banks are preparing, Iraq is ready, and investors are watching every move. This isn't just another headline, it's history in motion. So if you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because this story is far from over. We'll keep tracking every major update as it happens. The world is watching Iraq. The markets are reacting. And Trump's latest move has the entire global financial community holding its breath. This could truly be the beginning of a new financial chapter. And you're watching it unfold right here on Iraqi Dinar News.